everybody, welcome and welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you are a new person seeing my face for the first time, I hope you stay, subscribe, like and watch the rest of my content. And if you are a returning subscriber, thank you so much, darling. I truly appreciate you. In last week's video, we were talking about the things that I like about South Korea, and I had said that I will make a video about the things that I don't like so much. So this is that video. So first, make a disclaimer, because people tend to get very offended when people talk about the things that they dislike, and people like to say, oh, go back to your country. What? No. I mean, it's okay if you want to say that, but yeah, you can't tell me what to do. But now that we have got that out of the way, the first thing I do not like about South Korea as a foreigner living here, and this is something that I have personally experienced several times, like on several occasions, when Korean people come up to you and start touching your hair. I hate that so much. And these are not kids. I actually don't care when kids touch my hair. Kids are kids. I'd prefer them not to, but I don't blame kids so much when they touch my hair. However, a full-grown adult coming to touch my hair without even asking, yeah, that bugs me. Heck, this happened last week as well. Yeah, in 4 years that I've been here, this has been happening so frequently. It happened last week as well. My colleagues and I were out to a restaurant, and this lady started talking to my colleague, and she was talking about me. They were obviously speaking Korean. And then she comes to my side and starts touching my hair. No, please, can I see? Can I touch? Nothing. She starts touching my hair. I hate that so much. I don't understand why they think it's okay. I really don't get it. But yeah, they do that. So if you are going to come to Korea and you are a person of color, just know that you might experience that. They will touch your hair without asking. Yeah. They will touch parts of you without asking you. It's weird. It's very weird. I hate it. The second thing I hate about Korea is the fact that there's still discrimination. It is still alive and well, like it is alive and kicking. I don't know why it's okay to discriminate against other people. I don't know. Because I feel like when Koreans go to other countries, they are not discriminated against. Everybody's treated like fairly. But here, your race can actually determine what you get, the type of treatment you get. It's crazy. And also where you come from. Another thing, it's crazy. Where you come from can also determine how you get treated, which is crazy. But yeah, that's another thing I dislike. I don't like people who are just so close-minded that they can't think outside of the things that they watched about other people online, or the propaganda that they heard about a certain group of people, and then they just put that on a person without even knowing yeah, I don't like that. But yeah, discrimination is alive and well in Korea. Oh, it's so blatant. You walk around, and I remember when I first got here, I used to go to clubs and stuff, and you look around and you'd see places where they say no foreigners allowed. I'm like, what is that? And to a certain extent I understand it, because sometimes foreigners fight, but god dang it, you know. Anyway, that's another thing I don't like. I don't think people should be discriminated against just because they're not a local. I don't get that. And I know people like to say, oh no, you guys need to understand that Korea is a homogeneous society, so they're still adapting to seeing people who are different. You need to give them grace. That's rubbish. In my opinion, that's rubbish. There are countries in Africa that are homogeneous, that do not treat like foreigners, especially foreigners who look differently to them, like trash. At homogeneous countries in Africa, where, example, white people go, some of them go to do missionary work, some of them go to teach English, and they are not treated terribly. Even though they don't look the same, they're not treated like, oh no, ew, You understand? However, here, people are just blatantly racist and discriminative, which is crazy to me, and I don't understand why. And this is not everybody. There are absolutely beautiful Korean people who just are amazing human beings. However, I still don't understand why it's so blatant. They're so blatant with it. I don't understand that. Anyway, another thing I don't necessarily like is the Korean banking system. I think the banking system here is just, I don't know. Like, for some services, you kind of need to still go to the bank to get simple things. I don't understand. In order for you to send money overseas, you have to go to the bank to register to be able to send money overseas. But at home, you just do it on your app. If you want to send money to another country, you just do it over the app. As long as you have the details, you can just... But here, you need to go in the... I don't understand that. So yeah, that's the thing. I don't know. I feel like it's not as advanced as it should be in comparison to... We have one of the best banking systems. Anyway, that... Oh, I hate winters in Korea. Oh, winters are brutal here. Oh my gosh, I hate. They are so cold. The weather gets terrible here in Korea in winter, and I'm not a winter person. Like, I don't do well in winter. It is the worst place to be in winter. It gets freezing cold. And in the 4 years that I've been here, I'm still not used to that weather. I hate it so much. And every time in winter, I'm like, yep, this is my last year here, because this is ridiculous. And then summer comes, I'm like, oh, I'm fine. But yeah, I hate winters here in Korea. They suck so bad. Another thing, this is not something that I dislike. It's just something of like, and I feel like I kind of understand why it's happening, but it's just a bit, I get a bit frustrated with it, because sometimes, I miss eating food from home, and I just wish that it was easier to get access to them, because there are some food from home on Coupang, but the prices are ridiculous, which I understand, I guess, but it's not like a lot, so that's another thing about staying in a foreign country where there aren't a lot of people from where you're from, because finding things for you, that can get frustrating. Another thing is the hair products. Finding hair products for Black people in Korea is a bit of a hassle, because you kind of need to order them online. It becomes expensive. Even when they do make some available on Coupang, the prices are a bit ridiculous. So maintaining your hair here can be a bit of a challenge. That's not something I dislike. That's something that's just a frustration, Yeah, that's something that's a bit of a frustration. That's not ideal. I think something that somebody would need to keep in mind if they're planning to go and live in a country that doesn't have a lot of people of color, essentially. Yeah, that is another one of the most frustrating things. Oh, another thing that I dislike is the fact that you can't, and I don't know if this is true, but I never tried to test it, so. But when I got to Korea, I was told not to drink the tap water. So essentially, you have to drink bottled water. Meaning that you always have to buy water. That's ridiculous. It is the most ridiculous thing. I don't like that. I don't like the fact that I can't just open my tap and just drink water from it. I have to buy water. It's crazy. At home, I just open a tap and drink. Yeah, so that's another thing I don't like. Having to buy water. Oh, I don't like that. And you need water, so you have to buy it, because water is life. You kind of need to. You need water. That even made me thirsty. I got my cute cup. How cute is it? So I make drinking water fun by buying myself cute things, cute containers, so that I can enjoy holding the container, using the container. It didn't come with a straw though. I had to get this straw separately. This is a straw that I got from Daiso. And yeah, you can just drink straight from it, but I think I like it better with the straw. So I've been using this straw to drink of it. Isn't it cute? It's tempered class, so you can put both hot and cold water in here. Anyway, yeah, having to buy water is a bit frustrating. I don't like that, but what are you gonna do? But yeah, it wasn't something I was expecting when I moved here. I didn't think I'd have to consistently buy water. Another thing that I absolutely hate is the air pollution. This country has terrible air pollution. This country stinks. Gosh. And sometimes there's yellow dust. They say that the yellow dust comes from China. So then it gives you headache. You kind of have to put your mask on a random day. You look outside and you're like, wait a damn minute, I thought it was sunny. Why does it look foggy? The fog is just dust, just yellow dust, just dust that's gonna make you sick. So you have to put on a mask. If you don't put it on, you get a headache, which is ridiculous because I'm like, why? But yeah, I hate that so much. The fact that I have to put on a mask or I get a headache by just breathing air, it's terrible. And it makes me appreciate my country so much more, because I'm like, at home I don't need to be worrying about breathing polluted air in most areas. Really, generally, just day-to-day life, I don't need to be worrying about breathing in polluted air or worrying about breathing in air that has a possibility of giving me a headache or sickness. And I appreciate that about home. But here you need to worry about that. You need to always be checking your app for the air quality. Is the air quality okay today? Can I just go outside without a mask? Or do I need a mask today? I hate it so much. Because sometimes I forget and then I walk outside and then I get a headache. Because why? Like, why do I have a headache? And one thing I have to say, ever since I moved to Korea, I have been getting more headaches than I used to when I was at home. And now that I think of it, I think it is because of the air. I'm not saying it's all because of it, but part of it, it's because of the air. The amount of headaches I've gotten, the amount of times I went to the doctor because of headaches. If you can check in my old videos as well, you'll see that I was complaining about headaches. So even though it was other things, I think it was also partly because of the frequency of the headaches. It was also partly because of the air. And I don't like that. Yeah, that's another thing. I also don't like the bread here. This is not something I hate. It's not like something like I despise, like the air quality. The bread in Korea is, yeah. The bread here is not. It's basic. Yeah, and garlic bread is terrible. I don't know why they make the garlic bread sweet. I don't know why. And I'm not saying I've eaten a lot of garlic bread, but in the places that I have eaten garlic bread, it's sweet. I don't know, why is the garlic bread sweet? And why is your bread like that? I don't know. And you know what? I should have gotten context clues from my students, because when I first got here, we were talking about desserts and my students were like, bread. I'm like, it's not dessert. Bread is not dessert. The kids were trying to tell me and I didn't listen about bread. I was like, oh. I mean, I eventually found normal bread, but it's still not. The bread here is not breading, man. I don't know. There are places though that you will find good bread. There are places. However, you have to look. Because most of it, if you just go to like a normal place, you will find sweet bread. So you have to look. I don't know. The bread here is something else. I mean, I find one that is, a bit, but I don't like the bread here, really. I don't like it. Yeah. And one of my favorite things about food is bread, really. I'm a bread girl. I eat bread. But here, I don't know. But come to Korea and taste it for yourself. Yeah, I do not like most of their bread. There are some breads that I like, but most of them, And I hate the garlic bread here. Hate it. In most places, I hate it because why is it sweet? Why is it not garlicky and a bit salty? Why is it sweet? that annoys me, because like, why are you making garlic bread sweet? I don't know, but yeah. And I understand that people have different palates and different tastes, but why is the garlic bread sweet? Oh, before I go, do you know what I forgot to mention? And let me not just make this video just all bad. One thing I like about Korea that I forgot to mention in my previous video was the rest stop areas. Oh my goodness, Korea, you are doing amazing on the rest stop areas. They have rest stop areas on the way. It's beautiful. It is beautiful. Oh my goodness, you don't need to be like, oh my gosh, I have to hold my pee for too long. No, they have rest stop areas and nice rest stop areas. Some of them are small, obviously, but they really have nice rest stop areas. So when you're traveling, oh, I love it, love it, love it, love it. You know how back home the rest stop areas are mainly gas stations, garages, like we call them at home, petrol stations. Here, they have actual rest stop areas where there's just restrooms. I appreciate that. That is one thing that I forgot to mention in my previous video. One more thing that I like about Korea, the rest stop areas. Yeah. Anyway, in my next video, I will be talking about the process of coming here if you are interested. But first, I will say this. If you are a South African who wants to come to South Korea, first get your police clearance and get your degree apostilled. And then you can start the process, because without those, you can't really do anything. Get your degree to DECO to get it apostilled. Once you have those two things ready, then it's really going to be fairly easy. Well, I think. Oh, you also need to make an introduction video. Anyway, thank you so much for watching, everybody. If you have watched up till the end, I truly appreciate you. You are a star. And I will see you in my next upload. Toodles!